commercial messages from our partners. We now have the results from those lightweight, of course, all of the official results. Now have Martin
5:42, the Russian. We've got
Martin, the open men's event. Who are we looking forward to seeing?
Oh my goodness, what a stacked field. We've got Alexander Vyazovkin qualified with a 5:42, the Russian. We've got Ward Lemelin, the previous year's world champion from Belgium, aiming for a 5:45. We've got Kai Pen Peng, the Chinese international rower, racing 5:54. Niju Lin, 5:52, the second Chinese athlete. You know, there's quality throughout this field, isn't there, Shane? Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, half of this field is below 6 minutes on this, and then we do have some athletes sitting, kind of make a jump from about 5:58 to about 6:18, and then from 6:18 on up there. So, I think we're going to see kind of a split in the field. About half the athletes are going to be competing at the top. The other half of the athletes are going to be competing in kind of a second cluster there as we go through. But I mean, truly some impressive times as we look at this. A call out we've got sitting in the second to last qualifying position, Robert Carson. Was called out as the one of the coach, I believe, for one of our previous winners there, Culverville. So just a fun connection between the two races.
So we are off in the men's Open 2K. No full start, it looks like. And Vyazovkin leaps straight out into the lead with 1:16, 1:17s. In second place, it looks like Kai Pen Peng with Vincent Matz from France. And those are our first three. Ward Lemelin is up there, but only in fourth place at the moment for last year's world champion. But it's all so close, isn't it, at the moment? Vyazovkin, though, nobody can touch him down at 123s, 124s. What is he going to be able to pull? I think he'd like to go sub 5:40, wouldn't he? But I'm not sure that Vyazovkin's got that within him today.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, any given day, maybe you've got the right mixings to make it on that particular day. But I mean, where he's placing himself right now, he's just he's staking his claim, sitting down where he was on that start and then just holding now at a 124. That is a blistering pace for those of you that may or may not have been on a machine. I mean, just try to take a few strokes at a 124, let alone to sit at a 124 as long as he's planning on sitting there, and you will quickly realize the fitness that is needed to pull this off.
Yeah, there is Yi Zhudi from China, currently in sixth place at the moment, just behind Kai Pen Peng, international oarsman. Rode at 6, or used to ride at 6 in the Chinese 8, I think, Kai Pen Peng. And Yi Zhudi has a slightly quicker qualification time, 2 seconds quicker than Kai Pen Peng. So we may see those positions change. Ward Lemelin now makes his move, Shane, goes into second place ahead of Joel Nakarainen, the Finn.
Yeah, Nakarainen as well came from the Finnish team. If you remember him, he was on the Finnish mixed team there. So he's already had a 3-minute piece under his belt today. We'll see if maybe he used that as a warm-up for this race, or if maybe it took a little bit of something out of him.
Vyazovkin is still trucking 125, 126, 24 meters out in front as we come to the 1250 meter mark. It's Vyazovkin in first place, Ward Lemelin in second place, the man who's hoping to go to the Paris 2024 Olympics as a lightweight, Joel Nakarainen, in third place. He's got a lead of some 16 meters ahead of the Frenchman Vincent Matz. The two Chinese behind that, or the three Chinese behind that, Ward Lemelin, there we see in his gym.
There's the video of him.
Yeah, isn't that great? Ward Lemelin looks compact, really sorted, Lemelin, with his style, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he always brings a little bit of flair to the sport as well. He, with the lighting there, sitting on a stage, sponsors in the back. I mean, clearly, he is making himself to be perhaps the first standout athlete that we've seen as almost a superstar of the sport. When you think of these open men, I mean, the Ward's name always comes to mind.
Vyazovkin there, doesn't he look relaxed and smooth? Still on 125, 126 with his cap set back in his library, did it look like there?
Yeah, perhaps the entryway to his apartment. I mean, truly, and he's just cruising along. I mean, he hardly looks like he's putting anything into it. It just he's making it look effortless right now. But if we look at their current splits, Lemelin is starting to move down below Vyazovkin there, and maybe starting to nudge his way up and saying, hey, don't forget about me. I'm still here. Don't get comfortable.
Yeah, well, Lemelin was hoping for a 5:45 split, so he will know with his pacing exactly what he's on at the moment. And he's gone down 125, 124. Look at those splits, Lemelin. He can't possibly overtake Vyazovkin now, can he? With 500 meters left to go, Shane.
I mean, you just don't know what he's holding back on. He's sitting below. He's going to be climbing back about a meter every, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds here. And if he can pick it up a little bit more, he may be claiming those meters back. So you're right. With 500 meters left, 18 meters between them, I don't know. He's going to be able to do it.
He's 123, 124, 17 meters. It's almost inexorable. Lemelin's split is dropping down. He's getting ever closer to Vyazovkin. Depends how fast Vyazovkin went out. He looks comfortable, Vyazovkin, doesn't he? He doesn't look too much in pain. His face is quite relaxed.
Yeah, in fact, I would expect to see a little bit more intensity out of him at this point, knowing that he's being challenged. Apparently, Lemelin said yesterday that he was expecting Vyazovkin to do exactly what he did. I'm wondering if Lemelin perhaps underestimated what Vyazovkin was going to do, although look at him dropping now down to a 122,
Whoa.
123. Wonder what kind of an impact that crowd around him is going to have. He's storming on here as we come into this final 250 meters, just closing about a meter every couple seconds now. He is not going to leave this one alone. I think we're going to see an amazing finish here. 3 meters as they are coming close to that finish line. Look at everybody back there. They're trying to. There's the switch just a few meters before the finish line. He is going to bring this all the way through, holding below Vyazovkin, and he has got it. Lemelin absolutely storming on that finish. I mean, that is as good a racing as you could hope for. Gold confetti showering from the air. I mean, if that's not a production and a race, wow. I mean, that was incredible.
Nakarainen comes in bronze medal position behind Vyazovkin. Kai Peng in fourth, the first of the Chinese. Oh, getting my breath back. What a sensation. That was the best race of these championships. I just looked at that distance. It was 20 meters with about, 400 meters left to go, and thought, he can't do that, can he? And then the splits just crept down. It was a sensational finish, and that explosion of confetti, and Lemelin just stepped off the machine and punched the air and greeted the crowd who were supporting him. And it was absolutely the moment of theatre that this championships has been waiting for.
Oh, absolutely. And just the juxtaposition of seeing Vyazovkin and Lemelin, the two different scenes. I mean, Vyazovkin just in his library, Lemelin sitting on a stage with gold confetti ready to explode. I mean, just the difference in the athletes, the difference in the atmospheres, that was truly incredible to witness and to experience there. I mean, what a fun race to be a part of.
Yeah, and we're waiting for the final competitor, Felix Auger-Aliassime, to finish in this really exciting race. And I think we're going to go to an interview that we've got from the winner of the previous race. Perhaps not.